What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we're going to talk about 9 mega cap stocks in this video. But before we get started, please hit that thumbs up button. That is greatly appreciated and that really helps out with YouTube algorithm. And if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, 3 days of live trading in my Discord, definitely check out the Patreon. I'll leave a link down below in the description. And if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. And now let's get right into it, guys. On AMD, stock is down 2.37%, and AMD was running again today because of Nvda running and hitting a fresh new all-time high. Now, Nvidia stock, after hitting a new all-time high, sold off, and this one, same thing happened. This one was selling off all the way down to 104.85. And I talked about it in my last video that AMD, we could possibly see a dead cat bounce into this box and then gets rejected from here and then goes all the way down to flat 100, and looks like it's going to happen. Now today AMD stock got up to right here, 13 SMA on this daily chart, 109.88, getting rejected, taking out the support 108, also taking out blue line 5 SMA 106, and now trading at 105.66 at the closing. So the next level of support 105, 103.36, and then you could see a quick trip all the way down to flat 100 on AMD. Now tomorrow, if there is a bounce here on AMD because of Nvidia, watch for the resistance right here, 106, 108, 110, 110.85, white line 20 SMA, and then 113.45, red line 50 SMA. On Meta, it's down 0.79%. So yesterday closing under just 290. This big resistance right here on Meta. And this morning gapping up over 290 and then running all the way up to almost 293. We opened at 292.55 and the stock was running today, guys. And then what happened? This was a setup, a dead cat bounce. Meta did not hold 290 as a support into closing. So now if you look at my screen, tomorrow, Meta cannot break above 290 and also cannot hold 288 as a support. Right now it's under 290 and also under blue line 5 SMA 288. We could see a flush again back down to 280 to this lower Bollinger Band on this daily chart, and then 275 all the way down here. And below that, guys, you could see a lot more downside on Meta, possibly down to even 248. To the upside, Meta needs to break 288, 290, and then you could see a push all the way up to 297 and then possibly even 300. On Google, stock is up 0.59%, and again Google stock barely holding 130s right here as a support, and that is gonna be a key level to hold right here, guys. Now a big move on Google stock, I think it's coming very soon, and I think it's going to play out to the downside. And why? Because if you look at my screen, it's actually getting this Bollinger Band squeeze right here, the one on top coming down, one on bottom going up. It's at 127.32. So the stock is trading right inside these two Bollinger Bands, and whenever you see something like this, you're going to see a big move. Now I could be wrong, this can play out to the upside also, but looking at it, I think it's going to play out to the downside because we got all these gaps down here on Google. So watch out, this big support down here around 129 to 130 on Google, and just below that 127, 125.34, red line 50 SMA, and then the gap below the first one, 123.69. Above 130, watch out for a move all the way up to 133.30 on Google. On Amazon, stock is down 0.32%, and Amazon ran all the way up to 135.65. And if you look at my screen, guys, right here, white line 20 SMA sitting close to 135, getting rejected, and then coming down and closing under white line 20 SMA, now closing at 134.25 at the closing. Now Amazon stock needs to get above right here 135 and then 138. Only if that happens, you're going to see more upside on Amazon, possibly back up to 143 to 146. Until then, watch out for the support down here. Red line 50 SMA 131.55, and just below that we got this gap around 130. So here's my Twitter/X account, and if you're on there, definitely give me a follow. And I do post a lot of things, including my videos, weekly, daily expected moves, all my charts, and some of my trades that I share with my Patreon group. I do put out a lot of things here, and that is totally free. Now, let's have a look at weekly expected moves right here. And if you look at it, Microsoft upper level 326, right? And now we're going to look at Microsoft and see what is exactly happening on that stock. Same thing for Meta, 295, Tesla, 227. It's trading at what, 240 today? And that is why you need these levels right here. These can work like a magnet. And if you can use them right here, you can make a ton of money in this market. Now you saw it, right? Microsoft upper level was 326. And look at this magic number, 326 exactly. And not only that, 326 where this white line 20 SMA is sitting, getting rejected from this negatively sloping white line 20 SMA, and then coming down and almost taking out all the levels, especially right here, taking out 322. Now it is trading under 322.62. So now the next support around 319.62. That would be 320 right here. So you want to watch 320 tomorrow as a support on Microsoft, because if that gives up, there could be a lot more downside, and Microsoft can come down and take out this low, and that is around 311, 312. And soon as that is out, you're going to see a flush down to flat 300. So you want to watch Microsoft actually getting that breakout above 326 right here. And only if that happens, definitely you're going to see more upside all the way up to 334.67 to this red line 50 SMA, 339, and then the gap above 345. On Tesla stock is up 0.83%. Now you saw it. Upper level was 227, and the stock got all the way up to 241 almost for the day. And this has to come down, and that is why we saw that pullback almost down $10 on the day. From the top, came all the way down under 230. And now if you look at my screen, now I was buying a whole bunch of shares of Tesla from 227 all the way down to 219 for this big rally to the upside. And this morning completely sold out for a nice profit pre-market. Now Tesla, if you look at my screen, it's holding above 225 blue line 5 SMA, and also it's under 237, and it's also under white line 20 SMA 245.56. So you want to get more bullish on Tesla, you want to see Tesla closing above and breaking above 245.56. That would be more bullish for a move all the way up to 262. Under 225, you're going to see Tesla all the way down here to close this gap 217.58, and then we also have support around 214, and then flat 200. On Apple, stock is up 0.79%. Now, if you're a bull on Apple, you want to see Apple actually holding and closing above 177, and so far that is holding. Now, Apple stock gapped up today, so we got this tiny gap down here around 176. So tomorrow, guys, on a pullback, you want to watch Apple stock. If this thing breaks under 177, which was a big support on Apple stock right here, as you can see, it was holding 177 for 1 week, and then we saw Apple stock breaking down below 177 and coming all the way down to 172. So now 177 holding just for 1 day today. Tomorrow you want to see Apple stock again closing above 177, and only if that happens, you're going to see a move up to 180 to 183. Now below 177, watch out for the gap, and there is a line with this blue line 5 SMA on this daily chart around 176, and if that gives up, you're going to see a flush all the way down to 170 and then the gap below 167. On Nvidia, stock is down 2.77%. Now, early in the morning, this thing was up 3%. And look at this insane move. It was up 3% and now it's down close to 3%. Now, expected move on Nvidia for the week, for the earnings, was $49. It was a big move, but look at this, guys. In 2 days, 435. Monday, we saw that gap up in the morning on Nvidia stock, and that gap up continued today with another gap up. It was up $11-12 this morning at opening at 481.35. That is insane. And then what happened, guys? A lot of people got trapped, especially retail investors and people that are chasing this stock for a breakout above 485. And I see a lot of people buying 600, 800 calls on Nvidia, which I think almost impossible with this earnings that is coming tomorrow night. So Nvidia now is under right here 460, and the next support is down here around 445. And I think early as tomorrow we could see Nvidia down here to 445 and then the gap below 435, and those are going to be some support level to watch tomorrow on Nvidia. To the upside, the next level, definitely fresh new all-time high, and that is pretty far right now from 456.68 at the closing. So I don't think we're going to see another massive move tomorrow because a lot of people are just sitting in cash right now because of Nvidia coming down today, and a lot of people are scared. They think it's going to drop possibly down to 300, but Max Payne for Nvidia earnings, I think if this thing goes flat, it's going to burn a lot of premium going into Thursday morning, guys. So let me know what you think about Nvidia's earning. I could be wrong. This thing can dump. We got a massive gap down here, but I think the Max Payne will be staying flat on that earnings and then possibly come down after earnings. On Netflix is up 1.20%, and this one getting a dead cat bounce, and a lot of people are thinking that Netflix is back in business and it's looking bullish for a move all the way up to 470. Well, I don't think that is the case right now. And this one, we still have this head and shoulder on Netflix. We got the head right here, left shoulder, right shoulder, and today we got a dead cat bounce on Netflix, again dropping down to 406, around 406, and then we saw some buying on Netflix, and this thing came back up. And why? Finally, 415 gap on Netflix, fully closed today, and now as you can see, it did not get that close above 415 after closing this gap on top. And now we got support around 408.89 and then 406. And below that, guys, free fall. This one can come all the way down to 383.76 to close this gap all the way down here. And Jerome Powell can do it Friday with that speech. So keep an eye on this. We could see a lot more downside on Netflix. Only time this thing will look bullish to go long, I would say, if this thing can come back up and possibly takes out 425 to 424, white line 20 SMA, and then some consolidation here, then you could see a lot more upside, possibly up to even right here 443 to 450, and even the gap above 470. Until then, guys, this is actually a strong downtrend on Netflix. We have this head and shoulder, and now if this thing gets rejected right here, you're going to see a flush, at least in the short term, all the way down to 383.76. And this stock, like every other stocks in the market, especially a big name, this thing went up to almost 500 just a couple of weeks ago. And now if this thing gives up, $100, $150, I think that is totally healthy, and that would open up a lot more opportunities on Netflix for a lot of buyers. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching.